connect with like-minded AHK users in our private chat, helping each other out and sparking ideas that make scripting way more fun. Get inspired by seeing fellow heroes apply AHK in everyday wins. The shared stories alone make membership a no-brainer. Starting again. Okay. Hour 1.5.
Alex says, I have a question. I have to use a Mac at my new job, and I stumbled upon a tool called Espanso, hot string tool, basically. While it is more limited than AHK, so AHK, one feature I really like is that I can launch Python scripts using hot strings. And I can make Espanso paste whatever with the print function or text, right? As text, or even write simple Python code inside the YAML configuration, blah, blah, blah. My question right now is whether the same can be achieved with AutoHotkey and just as easily, or if this would be more convoluted. No, 99% of the things that you just mentioned right now are very easy to do in AutoHotkey. The one for pasting text is the one that would be more convoluted, but we already solved that. We already have a function that does that. Ray is using it a lot. But to answer your main question, let me share my screen here about how easy that would be. This has been happening like 5 times already. And I installed the version, it still shows up. And I'm like, what? Yeah. All right. So usually hot strings start with 2 colons, the thing that you want to use as a shortcut or hot string, and then the action that you want to perform. Now, 2 things. If you want to perform multiple AutoHotkey actions, you just open and close brackets. And now you put any AutoHotkey code there, and it just, oh, by the way, I'm talking about AutoHotkey V2, all right? And V2 is just that simple. Now you can run HTTPS, google.com, right? And then you can have a secondary action run. I think I have a hot string there. There you go. theautomator.com, right? You can do that. Like now I have many actions and a message box. All pages were run or something. Just that simple. And if those are actually path to AutoHotkey scripts or programs, totally. Yeah, you can definitely just run Chrome.exe if you wanted to. Anything that you can open with the wrong dialog, like I think you can even call it Chrome. You don't even need the exe part. Anything that you can run with the run dialog, you can run in AutoHotkey with the run command. So you can open a folder that way as well. So if you select a folder location, you can even have, this is an AutoHotkey script that we have created, the V1 script. But if I want to open the folder instead, I can just add the folder path only. So I can just say up to this part. It's just that simple. And now whenever I type test and hit a space or a dot or a period, it would launch all of that. Simple as that. It will launch these 4 things, and then it would just go ahead and display a message box. It opened everything, open the folder, open the tool, and a message box should be around. There it is. All tools opened. Simple as that. It doesn't take a long time. It's not difficult. Now, if it is just one action, you just want one action, you cannot just put it right next to the hot string like that. The reason for that is because hot strings are usually for sending text, all right? So it will default to sending text, but you can change that by setting an option right in the center of the first 2 colons. The option is the letter X, and that tells AutoHotkey that this line is not really a string, but basically it is a command that you're gonna execute. There you go. So what we have done basically is use a function called paste text, something like that, in which you give it a string, right? It could be a long piece of text. And basically we usually do it in 2 steps. So we open this, in which we have the string that we want, which is going to be some sort of text that is very long. Okay, so let's do this. I probably have something about, let me see, hold on. Here, there you go. Okay. So there's a little bit of text, right? There you go. And basically, we create a function that will paste whatever we pass to it, all right? Yeah, now they're lined up. Okay. So we have a string that is a variable that I put in there, could be as long as you want. And we create a function called paste text that takes a string and we paste it. And usually that is a very simple process of saying, set the clipboard to the string that you have, you clip wait on that if you want. And then after that, then you send Control V. That's it. And then we added a few more things to this function. We checked if the clipboard couldn't be set. If it couldn't be sent, we, how do I say, restored the clipboard. So for restoring, we made an old clip and stuff like that. So again, this function can be whatever you want. And in the end, we made a very robust function. We made a backup of the clipboard, replace the clipboard. If this didn't happen, let's restore the clipboard. After we paste it, we waited a little bit. We do usually wait and then restore the clipboard again. So you can make this function as complex or as easy as you want. But now it is a function. Now I can have 10 hot strings with different pieces of text. The string that I have is different, but they all in the end paste the text. Or I could have it as a one-liner here in which it pastes my email, for example, right? So it pastes my email. That's it. And what it does is it performs this set of steps. It's a very simple idea. This you can make as complex as you want. You can have multiple options. You want to paste files. You want to paste images. No, whatever you want. But whatever they're doing on that one, it should be easily doable in AutoHotkey.
Can you show your screen one just for a second? Azarias, I got a question for you and Irfan real quick, because in Toolkit, when on line 94, when you add or remove the X after the first colon, nothing changes, right?
No.
But in ASM, nothing changes either. But everything to the right looks like a command all the time. But I was thinking it'd be really cool to say, if it's like this, that should just be like it is in Toolkit. It should. Of
course. Yeah, it should do this. Yeah. Actually, what happened is, notice how this variable gets kind of like purple, and this one is red. So the options that are valid options, I mark them in a very specific color. The ones that are invalid, I mark them as red. At that time, when I created Toolkit, X was not a valid option. It's red.
Yeah. Hold on. That's not actually what I'm talking about.
You're talking about this part right here. Yeah. Exactly. So the reason why this one is not changing is because my Toolkit doesn't recognize that as a valid option, right?
I just
But
thought,
basically, yeah, but basically, if we get that, then we have to tell the hot string that now it should be a normal piece of text,
right,
and then it should be highlighted normally as
right.
an AutoHotkey script, which is your point, right? But the reason why mine doesn't do it is just because I didn't know that that was an option at the time, because it wasn't, right? Yeah, but it's a great idea. It
Alex, I
should
hope,
do like normal highlighting at that point.
and also I posted it in Telegram, Alex. The I did it. It's probably, boy, 12 years ago. I didn't look at the link, but it's just a pretty link I have for working with Python and AutoHotkey. And
Yes.
you can launch Python from AutoHotkey, and you can use AutoHotkey within Python, like for hotkeys. So it works both. What you can do it both ways. That was all V1 that I did at the time, but I'm pretty sure everything's still very similar.
Yep.
Explore our huge library of 466 plus hours of recorded AHK tutorials. Watch, rewind, and master tricks at your own pace. Members enjoy a sweet 25% discount on everything we offer, from in-depth courses to ready-made scripts and pro services.